In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about another topic from the animal type cockroach, and you can see the circulatory system of cockroach being represented on your screen. All right, now basically this is you can say is the cross section of the cockroach, and you can see the entire circulatory system. That means the circulatory system being represented from the upper part till the lower parts of the body. All right, so we will be discussing about that what is the mechanism of blood flow, then what is the process of the circulatory system in cockroach in this video lecture. So let's start with some of the basic features first. So when we just talk about the circulatory system of cockroach, then the very first important point to note over here is that the blood vascular system in case of cockroach is considered to be as an open type. So the circulatory system is of open type. All right. Now, what do you mean by open type of circulatory system? Open type of circulatory system basically means that the blood is pumped directly from the heart, all right, and the tissues and the organs, all that will be present in the body, that will be directly bathed in the blood. There is no any defined vessels, there is no any defined arteries or any blood capillaries through which the blood is going to flow. So open type basically means that blood is pumped directly from the heart and all the tissues and organs are directly bathed into it. That means having no any defined blood vessels and capillaries into which the bloods are going to flow. So we can indirectly say that the blood vessels in case of cockroach is basically poorly developed, and it is and those blood vessels actually opens into spaces which is called as hemolymph. So we will be seeing that part as well in the model. All right, so this was the first point, that the blood vascular system is of open type. Now, as I already told you that blood vessels are poorly developed. These are poorly developed and opens into spaces called hemolymph. Now, this is very important. So if I just label the space, that means the space which you can see over here, these are the spaces which you can see over here, from here to here, which you can see. If I just mark it again, so these are considered to be as the open spaces from here to here, which you can see. So this is considered to be as the hemolymph, which are the open spaces. All right. Now, all the visceral organs that is located in the hemolymph, that is, as I already told you, that is going to directly bath into the blood. That means since they are going to bath directly into the blood, so they are called as the hemolymph. So seal basically means the cavity, and if they are going to be directly, all the organs are directly going to be bathed into the blood, then they are called as hemolymph. So we can note this point as well, that all the visceral organs located in the hemocoel, so whatever the organs that you can see in this space, open spaces being present in the hemocoel, are bathed in blood. So these are ultimately bathed in blood, and that phenomena is called as hemolymph. That is called as hemolymph. And hemolymph is actually, you can say, hemolymph is a combination of the colorless plasma along with the hemocytes as well. That means all the cells that are present in the blood. All right. So hemolymph is composed of colorless plasma and hemocytes. So these are usually made of colorless plasma and hemocytes. Alright, so this is about some of the general features of the blood vascular system or the circulatory system of cockroach that we have seen, and that is of open type. That means no specific blood vessels are present, nothing are present. So all the tissues and organs that is directly bathed into the blood, and that is called as hemolymph, which is a combination of plasma and hemocytes. Now we are going to see exactly its heart. Alright, so heart of the cockroach, if you just bring this model here, so heart of the cockroach, if you are going to define it, then heart of the cockroach is usually consisted of a elongated muscular tube-like structure. So if I just specifically, isolate only the heart part which you can see, so this is the heart part which you can see over here. Alright, so heart of the cockroach, I'm just going to explain you only the heart part first, and then we will see the entire, body as well. So these are the heart chambers which you can see over here. These are heart chambers. Alright, and the heart of cockroach, as I already told you, that the heart of the cockroach consists of elongated muscular tube. So this is usually made of elongated muscular tube. So this you can see that starting from here to here is a elongated muscular tube-like structure. All right, lying along, what is the position? So it basically lies along or lying along the mid dorsal line. That means since it is lying in the middle of the body of the cockroach, so mid dorsal line of thorax and abdomen. So of thorax and abdomen. So if I bring back the model now like this, just a second, this part, like bringing back all the things. Now this part. So you can see that the elongated muscular tube-like structure are the heart chambers. And what is the position of the heart? The heart position is lying in the middle portion of the body. So you can see that this is basically lying in the middle portion of the body, and that too along the dorsal line of the thorax and the abdominal cavity. So this part, from this part to this part is the thorax, and these are the abdominal cavities. So that's why They are lying along the mid-dorsal line of the thorax and the abdomen. All right. Now these heart chambers, they are differentiated into funnel-shaped, chambers, you can say. And heart chambers in case of cockroach is usually 13 in number. So this is usually of 13 in number. We'll be labeling it as well. And it is differentiated into funnel-shaped chambers. So if I just again isolate this part as well. If I just need to isolate this part, wait. Yeah, this part. All right, so you can see that this is usually made of, wait, yeah, so the shape, as you can see that this is, from this side you can see that this is usually made of funnel shaped. So these are usually consisted of funnel shaped chambers having ostia, very peculiar thing, having ostia on either side. So they are having ostia on both the sides. So funnel shaped chambers basically means that this is going to look like this. This is going to look like this, funnels, and each of the chambers are in connection with one another like this. Like this. And they are going to have an opening over here. They're going to have an opening over here, which is called ostia. All right. So if I just, write down the thing that heart is differentiated into 13 funnel shaped chambers. Funnel shaped chambers. All right, with ostia on either side. With ostia on either side. So ostia is primarily responsible for allowing the flow of blood from one chamber to another chamber. So the function of ostia is that since this is an opening, it is an opening, all right. So if I just show you this one like this, see, this is a kind of an opening present over here. All right, so this is an opening which is basically responsible for allowing the movement of blood from one chamber to the another chamber, or through which the blood flows from one chamber to the another chamber, that is from the posterior end towards the anterior end. So an opening that allows movement or passage of blood from one chamber to another, and thereby helping in the circulation of blood. So this basically allows movement of blood from one chamber to another chamber. All right, so this is if these are the chambers, if this is the chamber of the heart, we are going to like mention it over here. So the movement of the blood will be from here to here like this. So this will be the blood flow direction. It will be towards the anterior side, and as I already told you that these are considered to be as the opening, ostia. All right, now one thing which is very important and to be noted in the heart part is that you can see that the chambers are aligned. If I just label first all the chambers, then this is the first one, then this is the second one, then third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11, 12, and this one is the 13th one. All right, so there are total 13 chambers being present. Now out of all these 13 chambers which you can see over here, the last chamber, all right, the very first important thing to note over here is that all the chambers is having the association of strings like structures present on either of their side, and those are called as alary muscles. So these structures which you can see over here are called as alary muscles. Alright, now these alary muscles, they are responsible for, they are helping, they are the muscular, these are the muscles that actually helps the heart in the circulation of blood flow. So these muscles are actually responsible for the contractions and the relaxations in the heart, thereby facilitating the circulation of blood in the body. So we can just note down its function as well, that alary muscles helps in blood flow or circulation in the body by contractions, you can say by promoting contractions and relaxations in the heart. So they are basically responsible for pumping, you can say. So they help in the process of contraction and relaxation of the heart, thereby allowing the blood flow from one chamber to the another chamber. All right, and you can see that all the chambers are having the presence of alary muscle except the 13th chamber. So the 13th chamber is devoid of alary muscle, or you can say this 13th chamber is also devoid of the presence of ostia as well. So this is devoid of alary muscles. All right, so this is about the alary muscles. Now what about the blood flow circulation? So if I just tell you the process of the blood flow in the entire cockroach body, then we can just look at it, that this part. Now, so we can just have a look that blood is going to flow from the sinuses. All right, see, I'm just first going to label all the parts first. So this one, or wait, I'm just going to change the color like this way. Yeah, so this one is the anterior heart, or you can say the anterior chamber. So this is the anterior aorta. So this is the anterior aorta, and these are all the alary muscles. These are considered to be the alary muscles. Then these are the chambers of heart. All right, and this is the hemocoel which we have seen. This is the hemocoel. So the blood is actually going to flow from the sinuses. Sinuses means the hemocoel only. That means sinuses are actually the open spaces, you can say. So the blood are going to flow from the open spaces, and it is going to enter the heart through ostia. So the blood flow is actually going to occur from here. All right, so this is going to go then above. So this is the sinuses part, you can say. These are the sinuses, and the blood flow is going to go to the above direction in an anterior manner. All right, so we can just note it down that blood from sinuses enters the heart. So from the sinuses, it is going to enter into the heart, and the entry will be through ostia, of course, and then is pumped anteriorly. So once it is going to enter into the heart, the blood is going to be pumped anteriorly. That means towards the upper side of the body. That means on the dorsal side, you can say. So anteriorly to the sinuses again. Alright, so these are the openings which we have already seen, that the sinuses are the open spaces. So the blood from the sinuses enters into the heart body via ostia, which are the openings that are present in the heart chambers, and through ostia it is going to be pumped anteriorly towards the anterior aorta, and from that the process is again going to be, the blood is then going to flow downwards, and then the process is going to begin like this. So the flow of blood is in a circular manner, starting from the sinuses part and entering into the heart of the body via ostia, and then going anteriorly and then coming back to sinus. So that's how the process of blood circulation takes place in the body of the cockroach. Alright, so this was all about the circulatory system of cockroach, in which we have seen that it is of open type, having no defined blood vessels. So the blood is present in the sinuses, that is into the open spaces, and the blood is going to enter into the heart from these sinuses only, ultimately into the heart chambers through ostia, and it is going to go towards the upward direction, towards the anterior aorta, and then coming back to the sinuses again. So that's how the flow of blood is going to take place. Alright, so this was all about the circulatory system of cockroach. Thank you.